Hello and welcome to MCQs on crop production and management. Today we'll be discussing some MCQs from the last discussed chapter, that is crop production and management. Let's start. The first question, Kharif crops are sown during. We have learned in the chapter that there are two types of crops basically divided based on the season of sowing, that is Kharif crops and Rabi crops. Kharif crops are sown during October, November, May, June, March, April throughout the year. So we know that Kharif crops are the rain-loving crops, that is they are sown mostly during the onset of the monsoon, that is during May and June. So the correct option is B. Let's move to the next question. What is the use of a weedicide? It is used help in growth of the plants, helps to kill insects that attack plants, helps to remove unwanted plants from field, and irrigation. So the work of or the function or the work of a weedicide is to remove the unwanted plants from that of a field, that is option C. Let's move on to the next question. That is, wheat and gram are examples of. Wheat and gram are the examples of Rabi crop, that is they are grown during the winter season or during the onset of the winter and is harvested before the onset of the monsoon. That is, it is a Rabi crop, that is answer A. Next question, examples of Kharif crops are wheat and maize, paddy and maize, gram and maize, all of these. I told you in the first question that Kharif crops are those crops which are water-loving crops. They are mostly grown on the onset of the monsoon, and examples are paddy and maize, because we know paddy is such a crop which requires lots of water. So paddy is a water-loving crop, so it is mostly grown in the Kharif season. Nowadays even it is grown in the Rabi season, but paddy is mostly stipulated or mostly given that it is a Kharif crop. So it is option B, that is the correct answer. So the next question, combines are used for sowing of the seeds, removal of weeds, that is weeding, harvesting and as well as threshing. So we have read in the previous video when I talked about the chapter crop production and management, I told you combine is a machine that is used for both the purpose of both harvesting as well as threshing. So it is option D is the correct answer. The next question, separation of the grains from the chaff. The separation of the grains from the chaff is known as, first is harvesting, winnowing, threshing or seed selection. It is known as winnowing. The process of winnowing is the separation of the good seeds from that of the chaffy seeds by the help of the wind or by the help of air. The next question, weeds are the plants. Weeds are the crop plants, unwanted plants growing along the crop, chemical used to stop growth of unwanted plants, or insects which damage the plants. So weeds are the plants or unwanted plants that grow along with that of the crop. So it is option B. Next question, watering of the crops is known as sowing, tilling, plowing or irrigation. Watering of the crops is known as irrigation. Sowing is the putting of the seeds into the field. Tilling means it is the making the soil fertile by bringing in the inner soil outside and putting the topsoil inside, and plowing is the way of making or changing or reversing the soil is known as plowing. So correct option is option D. 2,4-D is now this is a very common, and this chemical form is present even in the NCERT book. They have mentioned 2,4-D is it a pesticide, fungicide, weedicide or an insecticide. So 2,4-D is a weedicide, that is option C is the correct answer. Next question, seed drill is used to sow the seeds, remove the weeds, harvesting or none of these. So the seed drill, as the name suggests, it is the used for the process of sowing or sowing of the seeds, that is option A. Let's move on to the next question. That is, which of the following is a rabi crop? Previous questions we have asked, or I have put the questions as which of the other Kharif crops like paddy, maize, soybean, and now which of these are a rabi crop? That is maize, sugarcane, groundnut, or wheat. So the correct answer is wheat, or answer D is the rabi crop. The next question, the process of loosening and turning the soil is called, just now I have answered this, and it is known as the process of tilling. Answer B. Organic substance obtained from the dead plants and animal waste is called the organic substance. So here the word organic has been used, so it is not a chemical, or this is not an industrially made substance, so it is an organic substance and it is known as manure, or option B. Next one, which of the following method of irrigation uses rotating nozzles? When we had studied about irrigation, we had told that some methods of irrigation are primitive methods while some are very advanced methods of irrigation. Under advanced method of irrigations, we had discussed about two types of irrigation, that is sprinkler irrigation and drip irrigation. The special thing about sprinkler irrigation is it spreads the water as in like a fountain. So and how does it do that? It does it with the help of the rotating nozzles, that is sprinkler system of irrigation. So it is option C. The next question, which of the following nutrient replenish the soil after growing leguminous plants? Leguminous plants are the only type of plants which is very famous for adding fertility to the soil, not only giving the crop or giving the produce, but it adds fertility to the soil because of the presence of the root nodules, which help in the fixation of atmospheric nitrogen. And how it is done, and this atmospheric nitrogen basically enriches the soil, so it is the nitrogen that is get fixed, or it gets replenished in the soil due to the presence of the leguminous plants, that is option A. Next question, the management of rearing animals for food and other products is called poultry, animal husbandry, cattle rearing, or none of these. So the process or the management of rearing animals for food and food products is known as animal husbandry. It includes both poultry as well as cattle rearing together. So it is option B, or animal husbandry. So the next question, which of the following plants bear rhizobium in their root nodules? First is cereals, leafy green vegetables, pulses, or oilseeds. Just now I have discussed in the previous questions that the leguminous plants have the root nodules which carry the bacteria rhizobium, which changes or which helps in the converting of the atmospheric nitrogen into the soil, which enriches the soil, and this is done by the leguminous plants. Leguminous plants are also the plants which produces the pulses, that is option C is the correct answer. Next, what is NPK? This is a very common fertilizer which is used for the plants. It immediately helps in boosting or the growth of the plants. So what is the full form, or what is it actually? So it is a type of fertilizer, yes, not a manure, weedicide, or a pesticide. So option A is the correct answer. The next question, which of the following nutrient replenishes the soil after growing leguminous plants? The following nutrient that is replenished after growing of leguminous plants is it nitrogen, oxygen, potassium, or phosphorus? It is nitrogen. Option A is the correct answer. The next question, the practice of growing a cereal crop and a pulse crop alternatively in the same field in successive season is called. So this process of growing one crop after the other in the successive seasons, and mostly the crop one after the other is one a cereal, one a pulse crop. A pulse crop is generally grown in order to remain or maintain the fertility of the soil. It is known as a process by crop rotation, that is option C. The next question, separation of the grains from the chaff with the help of the wind is known as threshing, weeding, winnowing, or none of these. It is known as the process of winnowing, that is separation of the chaff from the seeds with the help of the wind. It is known as winnowing, or option C. The next question, where are the grains stored on a large scale after being harvested? So after being harvested on a large scale, where are they stored? Is it in the metallic bins, silos, jute bags, or none of these. It is the silos that they have stored for the large scale crop or storage of the grains. That is option B is the correct answer. So the next question, the process of conversion of nitrogen into nitrates is known as, it is known as the process, or it is known as the nitrogen cycle. It is through this nitrogen cycle that the nitrogen present in the air is converted into nitrates, which can be utilized by that of the plants. So it is option C, that is the nitrogen cycle. The next question, the special branch of science that deals with growing of plant crops and also raising of the livestock for human needs. It is also the growing of the plant stocks as well as the growing of the or maintaining of the livestock for human needs. It is animal husbandry, horticulture, plant breeding, or agriculture. It is, the answer is agriculture. That is, it includes both the crops as well as the livestock. So it is option D. The next question, the process of beating out the grains from the harvested rice or wheat is called crushing, threshing, harvesting, or winnowing. It is called the process of threshing. The correct answer is option B. It is the process of threshing through which the seeds are taken out, or the grains are taken out from that of the seeds by crushing of the seeds, and this is known by the process of threshing. Beating out, sorry, it's beating out of the beating out of the grains. Option B, it is threshing. The next question, which of the following are an agricultural implement? Seed drills, plow, hoe, or all of these? So seed drills, plow, hoe are all agricultural implements which are used in different process or different parts of crop production. Like seed drills are used during the process of sowing, whereas plow and hoe is used or required for the process of land preparation. So it is D, all of these. The next question, compost is a type of manure. It is a type of fertilizer. Weedicide or soil. So compost is a type of manure. It is a type of manure which is organic and natural. Fertilizer, on the other hand, is a man-made chemical substance. So it is option E. Next question, for a large-scale harvesting, which of the following should be used? When the harvesting is taking place on a huge scale or a huge piece of land, which of the following machineries should be used? It is a cultivator, a combine, a plow, or a seed drill. It is a combine that is used for the process of harvesting when it is done on a large scale basis, because it becomes difficult for a person or human beings to do that. So it is always the machinery that is taken the help of. So it is with the combine, that is option B. The next question, moat, Dakley, and Rahat are methods of sowing, weeding, irrigation, or none of these? So moat, Dakley, and Rahat are the methods of irrigation. They are the methods of irrigation. They are the primitive methods of irrigation which is still done in villages for a small piece of land, where the land is very near to that of the water bodies, so the water can be easily taken. It is done mostly by the animals or by the human beings. So these are all the age-old methods of irrigation techniques. That is option C is the correct answer. Now let's come to the last question of this session, that is the small scale methods of storage are metallic bin and jute bags and silos and granaries, metallic bin and granaries. So the small scale methods of storage are metallic bin and jute bags is the correct answer. That is option A is the correct answer. So this is all for the MCQs of crop production and management. If you have liked my video, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any comments or any doubts, please put in the comment section. I'll surely get back to you. Thank you. Please stay safe and stay healthy. Meet you again in my next video.